The topic is how to decide a topic and create innovative content for speech.
Thank you. Just add a spotlight. Manya, I think that your strength is writing good content. And this was the line which was exactly quoted to me by my mentor. I think it was the year 2019 in the month of April when I attempted my first role as the Toastmaster of the day. Since then till today, it has been enormous 31 months, aka 2 years, approximately 5 years with Toastmaster fraternity. That today I finally here when I've strengthened my arm in the area of content and I'm going to deliver my final speech of my path, innovative planning. So it's been always in my mind, like whenever people see me on stage, they expect that something intellectual, something serious, something out of the box is going to come up. But I feel that it's something which has been a part of me. So today, when I'll be sharing this speech, I'll be sharing all the 7 tips which I've always used to curate my content and bring forth something new in front of the audience. For this speech, I want every one of you who are sitting in this classroom to be really attentive because I'm going to ask you anyone, anytime, any question, and you need to be ready with the answer. And in case you do not, there might be a penalty. All right, so let me share my screen and ensure that you get a good view. Yeah, just a moment. Is my screen visible? Like it should be kind of a flowchart kind of a thing, which is to be visible.
It is.
It is? All right. So I'll be just straight away starting with the speech, keeping in mind the paucity of time, and I'll zoom in. So there are seven kind of. Okay. So the first tip which I would like to give you today for curating good content is your daily life experiences. So many times we just kind of overlook that, oh, my life is so common. But have you ever seen like these advertisers actually show people who are ordinary people to influence us users? Whether it is selling pan masala, whether it is sharing some other content, it is usually the ordinary man who is using these experiences. So I would say, like, firstly, tap into the stories from everyday instances. So in the beginning of the meeting, we saw that Toastmaster Disha was asking each of us, like, tell me what is your favorite childhood memory? And wow, each and every one of you had unique experience. Someone falling down from the second floor of a building, someone ripping apart the knee. So don't you think that it counts for a good, amazing, action-packed speech? So that's the first stories from everyday instances. So, how you need to go about stories from instances? So, firstly, it's not just about sharing a story, but that story should have a small message. That may be like Aditi shared her experience, like how she used to follow her mom and she ripped her knee just because she just followed her everywhere she went. So, what could be the message in this speech? Maybe that as child we always model a person who is elder to us. So whenever we grow up, let's ensure that the child who is getting modeled afterwards, we portray a good model and ensure that the child doesn't get hurt. Or let me just share an example. It was quite, I think, a year back. I was attending a meeting, and there was this Toastmaster who gave in a humorous speech, and he just shared simple observations of his metro. So, how many of you have traveled by metro? Let me just see here because I think that some people might not be having. So, see, this is an experience which is common. So, when we are traveling by metro, I've seen all sorts of people. Some just engrossed in the phone, some having a gala time with their girlfriend, some people having just hanging outside the window. So there are so many things to observe. Just keep on noting them down, and maybe you might come up with something unique. Who knows? Okay. The second tip is how to do. So whenever you come across this story, like I always keep my phone with me because this is the gadget, this is the yantra we always carry either in our phone, either in our pockets or wherever we go. So whenever you come across this small instance, like you're sitting in a rickshaw, you saw a beggar who is asking for alms, and you get moved, you share a topic. Just write it down. Maybe sometime later, even if you're giving a table topic speech, that might be a good gist to add on an emotional impact to your speech. So you can start with, or you can make a column in your notes section of the phone and write story fire. So that's like a fire whenever you need to write a content. As Akib was saying, his mentor keeps on asking. So we might have a bank already wherein you are just making some deposits and it might be a fixed deposit later on. Who knows? Then secondly, I've just recently started doing this journal writing. So journal writing means like the end of the day, you collect all the thoughts and just put it down on paper. Now, why is it so? Like today, I'll be asking you, for instance, let me ask a guest. So, Akriti, can you please give me in one sentence, what was that unique experience you had today? Anything out of the box, anything, or is it just simple? Just one sentence, maybe.
Well, police was called to the bank today by a customer. So that has never happened. That was very weird and unique.
Okay, so that sounds for something to be called upon because she works in a bank and we might be intrigued like, why is there a police? Is there some kind of thing going on there? So maybe you can bank on that experience, write it down in your journal and see if that can be used in a speech later on. And just as a matter of fact, you must not be knowing, like last year when I was preparing for my international speech contest, the idea for my speech came when I was doing some exercise. So it's not necessarily when you open a blank piece of paper and write a speech, it can come to you at any point in time. And lastly, it's the icebreaker speech. So how many of you are yet to give your icebreaker speech? Can I have okay, Purva is there. And I expect a few more to be Toastmasters who will be giving this icebreaker speech. So many times the people call me up and say, Manya, I don't think that my life has been so exciting that I can give an entire speech on me. Come on. You have been on this planet for 365 multiplied by the years you are old now. Each day, each moment, each second is a story. Bank on your stories, bank on yourself, trust yourself, you can entertain us, and you are a person who is capable of giving a 7-minute speech upon yourself. So, how you can go about it? You can share a philosophy of your life. Maybe you just believe in minimalism, just like Anirban was sharing in his introductory video, that he believes in the concept of minimalism. So, maybe elaborate upon that. Secondly, you can share a major life incident, like Nishtha was telling us about her own experience of life and how she uses the Mary Compo uses, and this is the entire philosophy has changed her mind. So, isn't it something important to share? And this was the first tip of daily life experience. Are we good going right now? If I can have a thumbs up from everyone, or is my fit slow? Good. All right. Next, absorbing content from books and videos. So raise your hand if you agree with the statement. Okay. Manya, I've seen so many TEDx videos. I've read so many books, articles, newspapers. But still, when I come to write a speech, idea isn't there. Anyone? Okay, I see in the Akriti. Anyone else? Many TEDx videos, many movies, many speeches, but nothing to count upon. Okay, so let me see how this can be tackled. Okay, let's start with the books. So I think that Harshita is the known bookworm in the club. So Harshita, I would like to ask you, which is the recent fiction book you have read?
I don't read fiction, but I don't know if it is a fiction, but 40 Rules of Love is what I'm reading right now. So it's second time I'm reading. I've read it before as well.
All right. Thank you for sharing. So I'll just ask you, I'll just tell you how this 40 Rules of Love can be made into a speech. So whenever we are reading a fiction book, many people say that, you are wasting your time. You're not learning anything. But I think that reading fiction has made me more empathetic, has made me much more human, made me understand human complexities of mind much better. So, for instance, you can share an entire speech writing upon your perspective of the speech. You do not just have to share about the book, like what are those 40 rules of love. Maybe you can just share like one rule or maybe just two rules which you think that just really apply to you. If you like to just share a review, ask yourself what are those instances which I liked, incorporate them into the speech. Another example which I had in mind was that recently we had this Taliban crisis coming up. So there is this book by Khaled Hosseini, Thousand Splendid Suns. Raise your hand if you have read. Or I think I expect the girls to read. So that book basically talks about the experience of the women who are there in Taliban and suffering under the regime. So today, why not take a speech on the title that women, freedom and empowerment, and write from your own perspective, write a letter maybe to the government of USA or the government of India to help us and use the experience of that fiction. So it's just about taking another side and being more empathetic. Now, second genre is the self-help. So self-help books, videos, and these like I've seen many TEDx videos who share like change your mind and you will succeed. Maybe wire your mind with this power and you will be there. So all these videos are really helpful. I'm not denying that fact. They give us ideas, concepts, story. Do this, you will get that. But how to make that into a speech? So for all the upcoming Toastmasters and all the guests sitting in the room, let me brief you with this fact. Like when you go for the contest, like ISC is coming up in the month of January, I guess. So there only 25% of your entire speech could be taken as a excerpt from somewhere. Like more than 25% of your speech, if it's plagiarized, you get disqualified. So how can you ensure that you take an inspiration from a third source and ensure that's your speech? So firstly, relate yourself with the content. Now, how can we do so? Firstly, you watch, for example, a video on how to become rich in 30 days. Okay, how to become rich in 30 days. Do you agree with the theory? Yes or no? Ask yourself. If it's yes, then ask yourself why. How can you become rich in your own life, in your own business? If you're doing a business as a tutor, how can you become rich in 30 days? Can you buy that model? If yes, how can you buy it? Break down into 3 parts and say how, why. Keep your asking, become a child and make that dil to bacha, I just said. Keep on asking yourself this question until and unless you agree with the content and you make it a part of your own body. All right. So you can think why it's true in your life, how do you implement that training, and if you do not agree with the 30-day rich becoming rich model, you can simply go ahead and say, these videos are fake because I have tried with myself and I do not seem to agree. So that's how it can become next. Now I'll just come to the third tip, table topics. Now agree with it. Let me know if you agree with this statement. I just spoke on this topic and I spoke for just 30 seconds and froze. And 2 minutes later, realized, yeah, it was such an easy topic. I could have spoken about my childhood experience, my friend's birthday party, and whatnot. Any regrets? Raise your hand if so. We all get those regrets. So I just say, firstly, how you can bank on table topics. So firstly, I call this store after topic reflections. Like for example, I give a topic to Toastmaster Kartike and say, Toastmaster Kartike, honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy, Toastmaster Kartike. And Kartike speaks for 30 seconds and says, yes, I agree. But he's not able to come up with certain instances. But after 30 seconds, when he's sitting down and said, oh, I must have disagreed because we've spoken lies so many times. So he can build an entire speech using his story, using those reasons, using the entire picture which is coming into his mind to build a speech. Isn't it? So whenever you are sitting in a table topic section, keep a phone, that story file at your hand, keep the note down the topic and note down your reflection in just a few lines. And that will become, again, your FD for the future. Second, it's use the topics as prompts. So whenever we are coming, the TTM comes up, after the meeting, you can ask him or her for the entire topic list which he had, or simply keep on noting down what the topics were, because you can start using these topics as prompt for your speech ideas. Because whenever I'm sitting in a table topic section, it has never happened in my experience that I have come with another idea that, yes, this aligns with me. So note down either the topics which you are attempting and write and mature them into a speech. And even practicing in table topics can give you a perspective of how many topics you can speak and you aren't even aware. Sometimes you speak so well that said, oh, that could have been a speech topic instead. So this might even happen in your discovery. Okay, so the fourth tip, recent events and current affairs. So let me ask, how many newspaper readers or the people who watch news every day? Okay, Inder does. Anyone else? Tanvi there, Anirban there. How many of you have that InShots or that TOI app installed? I think that should be there. People who are aspirants for UPSC must be having the entire this newspaper embedded in their head. Okay, so how can we use these recent events? Firstly, what do you think about it? So I would like to explain this with the help of an example. So Inder, can you please give me an example of the recent news you read, like any headline, any random headline?
As one of the speaker talk about mass resignation. So yeah, so that was there in the news today, and the number is very huge, and it is happening in the Western countries. So 40 lakh people actually resigned, and the reason is something else. So reason is that their employer were uh, putting number of hours even more. So they said they want to allot this time to themselves, and that's why they resigned.
Okay, so can you repeat the name of the company that I might have missed?
Sorry,
What did you say? The headline, the name of the company, like from where they designed?
the mass resignation.
The mass resignation. I thought its name. All right. So this mass resignation because the burden on the employees is increasing. If I'm correct. If I'm correct in this.
Because yeah, so they are supposed to do more work from their employer, so
Got
that's
it.
why they are resigning.
All right. So a fairly common problem. So what I immediately think when I read about this, like when I heard from Inder about this, like people are resigning because they are getting more work and they are being bombarded with more such deadlines. Like what are the causes and effects? So what might be causing this burden to increase on the existing employees, and what are its effects? Maybe you can think about and deliver a speech. What are the daily problems faced by you? Like when we read this thing, like mass resignation by employees, are you also a person who is reeling under this burden? Are you? If you connect with with this headline, then you can start your speech with this headline and say, fellow Toastmasters, are you also one of these people who are planning this mass resignation? And then start building like what are the problems employees are facing today, elaborating upon your experience. And this reminded me of another book like 4 Hour Work Week, wherein the new model is coming up, and you can give an example of some companies which are actually coming up with the 4-day work schedule. So another diverse thinking which is encouraged here. And then lastly, I can suggest like what you can do to another example to assess this. Like we read about women's safety, rape cases, accusations coming up each day. So how can women who are sitting in this room can connect with this issue? Maybe you can share your problems. Like I personally feel like whenever I'm traveling, I need to have this another person traveling with me to explore the place around. I cannot travel alone. I cannot take travel come late at night because there's always a threat of security unless and until I become a black belt at Taekwondo and can protect myself. So, what are the restrictions which come to you? I'm talking about you, the person sitting behind the camera lens who is being affected with this headline. Don't just elaborate upon the statistics that these people get raped, these are the kind of statistics. Come on, you are telling your story. How is it impacting you? You are the player and you need to elaborate. So to encourage this thing, to encourage critical thinking, you can read the editorial wherein the views are expressed. I read newspapers in the backside, like I start with the editorial flap and then I go to the current affairs. Because I think that reflection upon the headlines is really important than the headlines themselves are. Okay. Now I come to the phone photographs. So how many of you are having their phones at hand? Can I see a hand raise with phone? It's in my hand. You can raise your phone in your hand if you have. And can we just quickly open the phone gallery? It's a small exercise to break away the boredom. Just take it like this and show it on the screen once you are done. Your phone gallery. I want the camera pics to be there on screen. Anyone? Okay, Purva, Harshita, and there. Okay, just start scrolling up. Just start scrolling and see the picture. You will see each picture carries a story. Each picture carries that and captured that moment because every picture is story frozen in time. You can keep aside your phone and tell me this. Did you get an image of a travel you took a few days back? You yourself dressed in glamorous dresses for Diwali and showing off and flicking with your friends. You sipping a cup of coffee with a friend at a bar and having a gala time with your friends, recollecting maybe childhood memory. So, whenever you are stuck, कुछ idea नहीं आ रहा है, simply open your phone gallery and pick out that one picture, maybe month or 2 years back. Open the album of your childhood and see there must be a story. It can't happen, it cannot be. First time you spilled milk on your face. First time your mother asked you hear your name from her name from your mouth. First time you celebrated your birthday with friends, who all you called. This is the story, isn't it? The childhood experience we share in the beginning of the speech, in the beginning of the meeting itself, wasn't it a story? So this phone is a collection of entire things you need to just have. And you can talk about, like, if you say the birthday with the friends, like how are the relations now? What are the friends doing today? How the times have changed? Someone engineer, someone doctor. You just need to reflect and have a time with yourself alone. And now I'll be coming over the most important part of this entire speech, and that is divergent thinking, which I have strengthened the most in the past going to be 3 years. So let me just start with. I will take 3 prompts here. I would like to explain this point with the help of example. All right, so we'll start with with Diwali. So when I say the word Diwali, like what all comes to your mind? You can just shout out words. Like what all you connect with the word Diwali, the festival. Just unmute yourself and shout out.
Lights.
Lights.
Pollution.
Light,
Yeah.
pollution,
Crackers.
Decoration.
Happiness.
happiness. All right,
500 AQI.
500 health. Okay.
Delinquency by
Cleaning.
some of the people by taking alcohol.
Okay. Quite unique.
Cleaning the house.
Cleaning the house.
Ayodhya.
Ayodhya. Lights, diyas,
Decluttering the wardrobe.
decluttering. Correct. Okay, so how can we build a speech out of this big festival which each of us share in common? So whenever I ask you, like, write an article on Diwali, we write Diwali is a festival of lights. It is celebrated across India with colors, with exuberance. People become happy, they exchange sweets. Come on, we are grown-ups. How do we make sure that this simple occasion, which we are sharing right now, these prompts like light, pollution, AQI, and people calling people having alcohol into a speech? So firstly, let me see. So from my perspective, I divided Diwali into 3. Yeah. So when I celebrated Diwali this year, there were 3 prompts which came to my mind, and I'll help you explain like how you can develop on it. So I made 3 rangolis this year, and when I was making rangolis, these were the prompts which came to my mind, like the colors, traditions and stories. Like you can give a speech entirely on how in South India this making is a rice made with rice and it's an everyday activity. The entire commercialization, like how selling rangoli colors has become a marketing gimmick, because I was using these tools and equipment like to drop the color and then spill it with my thumb, and all these YouTube videos which say do it yourself and they take away your heart and you have to order something from Amazon to ensure that you get that perfect rangoli which is suitable for Instagram and WhatsApp stories. So I ordered these tools and equipment, and then I also reflected on something which is philosophical, and that's the importance of color. Just think, just take back a moment and think, how would your life have been if there would have been no colors? Black and white. Rangoli actually reflects the colors, happiness, exuberance, and all those the 9 rusts which embody in you, which color your life and make it beautiful. So try to think from an entirely different perspective how a simple prompt like Rangoli can take you beyond and above the common experience of just a decoration or a design made with colors. And therefore, I can build an entire speech on Rangoli because while making Rangoli, I was consciously present at the moment when I was spilling the colors with my thumb. And I carry a lesson for my life. So it's just about how divergent and how uniquely you can think about a common thing. And then if you're a psychology person, you can even think about the mandala patterns, the de-stress thing, how these patterns and new hobbies like Mishtha was talking about can help you reinvigorate interest in your life. All good? Now, I'll just talk about this one last thing, like some people said crackers. So maybe you can talk about the Lord Ram's time, how the crackers weren't there. There were only diyas. Well, some people like say, you are just making sure that Hinduon ka festival band ho jaye. But let me tell you, crackers weren't there and when Lord Ram returned. So entire controversial, that's quite political, but you can give your own views. You can talk about history when the crackers first burned, how the crackers are impacting you, your tragic experience in childhood of having a skirt burned while running around the crackers or the chakri. And then you can even talk about, like some people said, decoration. Diya. It's just a flame, but it ignites your heart. It makes and enlightens the entire atmosphere. So when you light that diya, that flame, burn the flames within you, burn that anger within you. Philosophical take on a simple prompt, and that's the take. And when you talk about pollution, talk about like how not just statistics and infographics, how pollution is impacting you. You are not able to go for a walk. You are not able to do something which you were earlier to do. Like you can even take a philosophical take again, and how just one person, you, by stop making that Fulgari rounds and Rangoli, can stop of that Fulgari can ensure that pollution is not there. So entire speech on one step, and we can all change. And now I'll just come over one thing which is quite specific to Toastmasters. Level 2, Project 2 speech on mentorship. How many of you have given this speech? Raise of hands. Level 2, Project 2, mentorship. No one? Okay, Arpit has given it. So I might hear that he might be connecting with this better. So when you come to Pathways Level 2, people come and say, oh, when you come to speech on mentorship, what is a mentor? What are the good qualities of a mentor? What is a protege? What are the good qualities of a protege? How can this sync between the mentor and the mentee be better? Come on. Mentorship is about you. What was your experience? Don't tell me you didn't have a mentor in life. All the teachers, the books, and the newspapers think these people are the mentors who guide us about life. You can talk about your story as a protege. I am a mentor. I must have given some stories to each and every mentee who is sitting in this room. So I think that kuch to bologe mere baare mein when you will give this speech on mentorship. Then who were the key mentors? You can talk about the teachers, book maybe which change your life, a Toastmaster mentor, or even a friend, a partner, a boss mentored you. And one experience which changed your experience as a protege, because I do have 3 mentors who have changed my entire journey in Toastmaster, and I have a lot to share about them. And now the level 2 project 3 speech, and that's on leadership style. This must have been quite familiar with everyone. Leadership style. Can we shout out the major leadership styles we know about? All the people in the corporate, something. I'm not talking about
Democratic.
Democratic, correct? Anyone else?
Participative,
Intuitive,
Authoritative, inclusive. Anyone else?
servant leadership.
Servant leadership. All right. So when this project comes up, people simply go on Google leadership, because the project title is leadership style and your leadership style. So people simply focus that horse focus on leadership styles. We take that word, put it on YouTube, and write what are the leadership styles. Google gives the eight categories: authoritative, democratic, inclusive, this. And the next day, VP Education is asking, ma'am, sir, what's your speech title? It's leadership style. And we give entire 7 minutes lecture on what are the different leadership styles and the basic exam. No, please no. Every second speech I've heard on leadership talks about the different leadership styles. Though that's the speech objective, make sure you make your content stand apart. Creating innovative content incorporates you talking about yourself. Maybe when you were a leader, maybe when you failed as a leader, maybe when you were a team member and you had an exemplary leader from who taught you 3 top leadership styles, like 3 top leadership practices, maybe. When you can even eulogize one particular leader in your life, you think you can build your leadership styles after. So don't know leadership styles, elaborate upon your own style. You can take some online quiz and see how you connect with yourself, because there is an entire module which is there on Toastmasters portal to help you discover your inherent potential as a leader. And then you can talk about all the aspects of leadership rather than just talking about 8 random topics of different leaders. It will be a rich speech rather than just giving factual descriptions of leaders. It's just one step away. You need to just tap into your head, twist it, and see the entire perspective from a different lens. And now I'll come to the last but the most important tip. Attention back, please. And this is talking with people. So before I just open this flowchart, last one, I would like to share that one small experience. So recently I traveled to Missouri and I traveled to Rishikesh, and it was a spirituality come fun kind of an experience and travel. So instead of just covering the Patni Top, all those that Kempty Falls and all those this rut kind of tourist spots, what I did was that I woke up at 6. I went for a walk in the hills, and I came across these locals who were there in the villages and went and talked to them. How is it just feels like to live in the hills 24 by 7? How is the life so slow and so different from us, fast-paced 21st century, the millennials, the Gen Zs who are just running after the goal? I was just taken aback and I thought that the time has passed. And this was this kind of realization I could come across only and only when I connected with the locals and asked them, like, what food do you eat? What are the vegetables you grow? What is your experience of this climate change altogether? How is this new phenomenon affecting you? Just go and talk to them instead of running after those tourist spots and asking them. And as they say, we are the average of 5 people we spend time with. And I'm sorry to say, if you are spending your time with the same people throughout the 365 or multiplied their age, then you won't be growing. Today, just make sure that on Children's Day, you become a child again and shake a hand of friendship and ask someone to become a friend. Just think, there are 54 weeks in a year. And even if you make one friend per week, you will be having 54 new people to talk with. You have a long list of Insta followers of 400, 500, 1,000. At least 54 can reply back to you. Maybe send them a hi and a good message on that Instagram on the stories or something to pick up, and you can start conversation there. Ask them who they are, explore about them, talk to new people. They will share something unique and you can build upon those experiences, what you learn from them. Then when you travel, walk, talk to the locals. When you go to the park, speak to a new person, maybe a septuagenarian or an octogenarian who is threefold your age, but they can teach you something new. Like few days back, I was walking in the park, my dad, and I came across this man who was approximately 70, and he was doing that headstand. He was standing on his head and the legs up. And I was devastated looking at myself. What's my state of body? I cannot even stretch a bit. I cannot even stand on Tadasana for even 60 seconds. And I just asked, Uncle, how do you do this? And it was just like igniting a fire. And I spent entire 20 minutes having an interaction, like how wonderful he was. And you know what he said? He said that, Beta, I come here. I've been coming here for the last 5 years, 5 a.m. every morning, without fear, whether there is pollution, whether there is traffic, whether there is rain, even if I'm the only person who is coming into this garden, I come. And I was stunned, not by his agility, by his physical fitness, but something apart from that. Can anyone guess? Anyone guess? Like, what could be that motivating factor which could have prompted this person?
Consistency.
Consistency. The lessons learned. Consistency, definitely. Anyone else? Any other word?
Perseverance.
Perseverance, correct. So I learned the lessons of perseverance, consistency, and most importantly, discipline. Success is not by deciding goals, but a collection of habits you build. And this quote can be explained in the biggest of these self-help books, but in that 20 minutes, I could see the exact living example of those habits. Atomic habits people speak about, see the live example in front of you. Talk about that person. Talk about the real life experience so that people can connect with you better and implement that one atomic habit from yours. And even if you can change that one habit in a person, I think that you have succeeded as a public speaker. And lastly, join a club like like-minded people. Like Inder is joining us, he has so many people to interact with, the fellow engineers. Join Toastmaster Club of Speaking Leadership if I will be talking from a membership perspective. Join some club with like-minded people. Join a coffee club, tea club, where you interact with people, get to know what new things. Join a book club if you shy away from reading books. Maybe getting surrounded with the 5 average people, you start changing 5 atomic habits in you and start reading at least 5 sentences per day. It can have a ripple effect, and I am really sure about it. So with this, I'll just give you, okay, let me take this. Can anyone just give me a glimpse of the 7 tips quickly? Anyone, one tips, everyone can shout out what I just shared now. Because I'm running out of time and I want to conclude the session.
So I would first go with the divergent thinking.
Divergent thinking, correct. Next.
Daily incidents.
Life experiences.
Daily life experiences,
Current
correct.
affairs.
Every second is a story.
Every second is story taken.
Talking to people.
And from
Talk to people.
books and videos.
Books and videos.
Phone gallery.
Phone gallery.
Anyone can be a mentor.
Anyone can be a mentor. And last, I'm waiting for that.
54 weeks, 54 people.
The discipline that we
correct.
notice.
Okay. And The section is going to follow after my speech. Come on, guys. I'm waiting for the last tip. You're missing on something really important. I think Toastmasters.
Story.
Tabletop.
Just talk with people.
Table topics,
topics,
correct.
right?
The section is going to follow, so make sure you are not closing down your notes copy and you just keep on noting down all the topics which our fellow TDM Toastmaster Harshita is going to give us, because you might get something unique. With this, I come to the conclusion of the speech, and I thank you all for being so attentive and reflecting back, and I hope that you start thinking divergently. And I would like to end with just one quote. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but I say content is in the eye of the curator. Fellow curators, all the best to you for the next speech. I know next time you sit down for your speech, you won't be sitting empty-minded, but something to bank upon next. So all the best for your next speech. I hope these 7 tips help you. Signing off and over to the Toastmaster of the day.